everyone! It's wonderful to meet you all again at Miss Happy English. I'm Jenny, and as usual, we'll have a fun chat about English. Today, I'm very happy to have John join us. John is not only my friend, but also someone with a lot of interesting weather experiences. Hello, John.
Hello, Jenny, and hello, everyone. I'm delighted to be back here today. The weather? Well, I should say I've had many memorable situations with the weather.
That's perfect for today's topic. Today, we will talk together about the weather, the easiest topic to talk about in English. Why? Because it's a topic that anyone can start, whether you're new to English or have been learning for a long time. It's safe, friendly, and always available around us.
I remember the first time I traveled abroad, I was very worried about talking to strangers, but then I discovered that just by looking at the sky and saying, "What a beautiful day," the conversation could start naturally. That's the power of talking about the weather.
Exactly. So, in this episode, we will start with the simplest ways to talk about the weather. Then, we will explore more interesting vocabulary. Finally, we will learn how to use these words in daily life.
Before we begin, I want to thank everyone who supports Miss Happy English. If you find our channel helpful, please subscribe and share it with your friends. It helps us a lot.
I completely agree, and I think after today, you will feel much more confident talking about the weather in English.
Excellent. So let's start our journey to explore the world of weather in English right now.
So, John, let's start with the most basic thing. When you want to start a conversation with someone about the weather, what do you say? Are there any sentences that are truly easy and natural?
Absolutely, Jenny. The secret is to start very simply. You don't need to use complex sentences. In fact, the simplest sentences are often the most natural.
For example, when you meet a colleague in the morning, you can say, "Good morning. It's a bit cold today, isn't it?" The little question, "isn't it?" at the end makes the sentence friendlier, as if you're inviting the other person to agree with you.
I really like that. It's like an invitation to chat. What about other situations? For example, when you want to compliment a beautiful day.
Right. When the weather is nice, you can say, "What a beautiful day," or "The weather is lovely today." These sentences are very short and positive, making the listener feel happy.
Conversely, if it's raining, you can say, "It's raining again," with a smile. Or, "I forgot my umbrella," as I often do. It creates empathy and could be the start of a small story.
That's very helpful. What about when we're not sure about the weather and want to ask someone's opinion? How to ask politely?
You can use very simple questions like, "Do you think it will rain later?" Or, "What's the weather supposed to be like tomorrow?" The phrase "supposed to be" here means is forecast to be, which sounds very natural in spoken language.
Most importantly, relax and smile. Talking about the weather is not a test. It's just a way to connect with the people around you. Now, to learn how to describe weather in more detail, let's listen to a true story from John. It's a perfect example of why we need more words than just sunny and rainy. John, tell us about that perfect beach day.
Don't remind me. This is a story I never get tired of telling. It was the time I decided to become the amateur weather forecasting king for my whole family. One beautiful morning, I looked up at the crystal clear sky and declared, "Perfect beach day. Not a single cloud. 100% sunshine guarantee."
Wow, that confident, huh?
Overly confident. I even convinced the whole family. Trust me, I've got a feeling about this weather. So my kids put on their swimsuits in the morning, my wife packed a huge cooler of food, I even proudly said, "No need for umbrellas or jackets, we're having a scorcher."
Then what? I can smell the disaster already.
Speaking quickly, humorously, we had just stepped onto the sand for 15 minutes. I was lying on the towel feeling like a prophet. My younger son yelled, "Daddy, why is it getting dark?" I looked up And oh my, dark clouds like from a horror movie were rolling in. Within 5 minutes from a blue beach paradise, we were suddenly in a thunderstorm scene.
Oh no, was the rain heavy?
Rain, it was a monster downpour. I shouted, abandoned ship, abandoned beach. The scene then, my wife ran with the food basket, my older son carried the toys, my younger son cried because of the thunder, and me, I tried to shield my phone, which was still showing the smiling sun icon.
What about the food cooler?
Don't tell me. It became chicken soup, literally. The burgers turned into sandwich smoothie. And the best ending? When we got home, my wife looked at me and said, "Your weather forecast needs an update."
I can't stop laughing. So what lesson did you learn?
First lesson, never trust a man who predicts weather with his feeling. Second lesson, always pack an umbrella, even if your husband says it's 100% sunny. And since that day, my family calls me Mr. Wrong Forecast.
Perfect. Your story is living proof of the saying, Mother Nature has a great sense of humor. Thank you for this super fun story.
Just as long as no one learns how to forecast weather from me.
All right, now we know how to start a conversation. But to make the conversation more interesting, we need more vocabulary to accurately describe the weather. John, what are some common words we should know?
There are many simple but great words, Jenny. Let's break them into small groups for easier remembering. First is the group about rain. Don't just say rain for everything. We have drizzle, light rain with very small fine drops. Look, it's starting to drizzle. Shower, a short period of rain often coming and going quickly. There might be a shower this afternoon. And when it rains very heavily, we have pour. It's pouring outside.
Excellent. The difference between drizzle and shower is very clear. What about when it's sunny?
For sun, we also have many levels. Sunny, having a lot of sun, clear. It's a sunny day. Clear, sky without clouds. The sky is clear tonight. Bright, strong sunlight, very luminous. It's very bright. I need my sunglasses. And when it's cloudy, we use cloudy. If the sky is completely gray and covered with clouds, we use overcast.
There's a phenomenon I really like. When it's both rainy and sunny, is there a word for that?
Yes, there is. That's a sun shower. And there's a very beautiful word for the smell of earth after rain, petrichor. These are small words that make your conversation much more interesting and insightful.
Learning vocabulary is for using. One of the most practical ways to use weather vocabulary is reading forecasts and making plans. John, how do we understand a simple weather forecast?
Most forecasts on phones or the internet use the words we just learned, Jenny. Let's look at a hypothetical example. Today, sunny in the morning, high 28 degrees Celsius. Scattered showers in the afternoon, low 22 degrees Celsius. Scattered showers means short periods of rain occurring here and there, not continuous. High and low are the highest and lowest temperatures of the day. Or, tomorrow will be overcast with a 70% chance of rain. 70% chance of rain means a 70% probability of rain. This number tells you how likely rain is.
That's very helpful. So after knowing the forecast, how do we use English to make plans or give advice?
Very simple. Here are some sentence patterns you can use right away. When you see dark clouds, the sky looks dark. You should take an umbrella just in case. When the forecast is for heat, it's going to be hot. Remember to drink plenty of water. When planning for the weekend, if the weather is nice on Sunday, let's have a picnic. And a very common saying, the weather is so unpredictable this time of year. The word unpredictable, unpredictable, means not able to be predicted.
These sentence patterns are very practical. The vocabulary and patterns are simple, but when combined, we can communicate very effectively about an everyday topic.
Exactly.
Communication doesn't always need complex words. Clarity and confidence are the most important keys.
Wow, time flies. Today, together with John, we have explored the art of weather small talk with simple questions like, "Beautiful day, isn't it?" Enriched our vocabulary with vivid words from drizzling to scorching hot, and even the beautiful word petrichor. Learned how to read forecasts and make practical plans with sentence patterns like, "I'll take an umbrella, just in case."
That's right. I hope now, whenever you look up at the sky, you don't just see sun or rain, but also have a sky full of English vocabulary to talk about it, confidently and naturally.
Perfect. And now I want to ask you all a question, which is also a way for us to practice weather small talk. What's the weather like where you are right now?
Thank you so much, John, for such a fun and informative chat today. Thank you all for listening. Remember to stay warm, stay dry, and always keep an optimistic spirit, no matter the weather.
Goodbye, everyone.